Did you get the sense from your membership that people expected a pay rise?
Well, I think that certainly there was a great hope that there would be a pay rise, and the usual format of the cost of living raise is a percentage uplift across the board. So this idea of a unconsolidated lump sum payment, all at once is, a new thing for all of us.
Now, I think most people will have done the math to some extent. The lump sum amounts to significantly less than what a pay rise in line with inflation would represent. Is that what you're focusing on, or do you think better than nothing?
Well, definitely, the GGCA, we've been advocating certainly for assistance for, the lower paid workers, and we have been for years now. So we do acknowledge that, this does seem to give the greatest amount of assistance to the lowest paid. Obviously there's still an element of hardship because, our salaries have depreciated across the 4 years that we haven't had a cost of living raise. At the same time, though, even though within the budget speech it's sort of couched in positive terms, we don't have a deficit of 50 million. The reality of it is that we still do have a very real deficit of 15 million. So, our economic situation isn't, the same as it was in 2018, where we were looking at a surplus of 85 million.
Now, but as you've acknowledged, the situation is economically complicated. It's not straightforward. And in this context, do you think the right priorities have been made?
Well, yes, we've been advocating throughout that, we want to see the greatest level of assistance going to the lowest paid. And certainly for the GGCA, we've been advocating for our entry grades, which are the AA grade and the AO grade. So, with the staggering of that lump sum payment, obviously the 1,200 is going to the sectors of the workforce that need it the most. Whether or not that will be enough to help people out in real terms is something that remains to be seen.
Yeah. And we have had some news as well on the AA positions. What's the view?
Well, obviously that there's going to be a recruitment is a wonderful thing. As regards the, coming into parity, what happens is that the lowest point in the scale is going to be raised from 19 to 21. Now, in fact, I did have some confusion, so I did get confirmation from number 6 today that in fact is not going to have a knock-on effect on the other points of the pay spine. So the people coming in will, instead of coming in at 19, will come in at 21, which is obviously a welcome development, but it's actually not going to have a knock-on effect for people already on the scale. So, I was hopeful that might be the case, but it's not. So people on the scale will remain at their existing point.
So a mixed bag then. Will you be speaking to your membership sort of informally, or do you expect to be balloting them about their response to the budget? This is a bit of a difficult one because prior to the negotiations, Unite had a ballot, asking their members if the negotiations didn't go well, if they would want to take industrial action. And in response, our membership asked us for a ballot of our own. So we got a response from our membership saying that they wanted to support the Unite position. So we've got that mandate already. So I think that at this stage, unless we get, representations from our members spurring a general meeting, we'll just be waiting to see what the result of the Unite ballot is, and then we'll support or not, seeing how, the type of reaction that we get from our membership.